See the rise in youth violence and stuff could depend on a great many things. See, right now there's no opportunity. I mean, the kids are frustrated. End of the day, every day we see politicians lobbying for vote for this, vote for that, blah blah blah. But remember, the younger kids don't really have a say. They can't vote. They don't understand politics too well either. So all they know is that they have no money. And there's no one giving them any money. At the end of the day, if you mix gusto along with desperation, you're gonna get fireworks. At the end of the day, these kids are just trying to make ends meet. I mean, if adults find it so hard, imagine kids who haven't got anything. Imagine kids whose parents haven't got anything that they can give them. Yeah. Remember, children are fearless. You understand? So if they're fearless, what's gonna happen? Two sets of fearless people then come up on the road, and they come up against each other, and one set's trying to stop the other one from eating. It's gonna get messy. Yeah. Certain time frustration is high, so the kids are gonna start doing some mad stuff. End of the day, they get grievance and things there. They're looking to fight. Yeah. They haven't been taught diplomacy. They haven't been taught to work out their problem. They haven't been taught to talk it out. You understand me? Some of these kids wouldn't know how to start a conversation. Yeah. If it came up and slapped them in the face. So they resort to violence. Well, yeah, the media's got a big part to play. I mean, at the end of the day, if all you're seeing on the news is stabbings, killings, shootings, yeah, then, alright, put it this way, you get up in the morning, turn on the TV, what do you see? Destruction, mayhem. That's how you start your day off. Your whole day starting that way. Most of these kids don't even look at the news, yeah? It's all word of mouth and media, social media, yeah? End of the day, what used to take about a day to get around takes 5 seconds now. Click of a button, yeah, news is broadcast. One kid's got beef in one neighbourhood, you understand me, they're hearing about it all over social media before anybody else hears about it. You know what I mean? It's like instant, they know, yeah? Same way as man's out there on their Instagram and rocking their big chains, you know what I mean? Man's watching you. Remember I tell you about these hungry kids is watching them. And all they're seeing is mealtime. Plus, when the media say certain things about knife crime and stuff, you know what I mean? Alright, fair enough, don't get me wrong. Knife crime goes on. But the media emphasize it and they stress it and they make it so big. Yeah? You know when you hear people say about an elephant in the room? Nah. This elephant is so big, people can't even walk around in the room. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, everybody knows street crime goes on, everybody knows this and that, but at the end of the day, the way they pump it, yeah, it's like a frenzy now. All of a sudden, all over the news, it's like it's the in thing to report on crime and youth stuff, yeah, which is fair enough. It is news, but do something positive with it. Do you know what I mean? I don't see anything on the news talking about here's what we're doing for the kids. All I hear is them talking about here's what kids is doing to us. You know, come on, man, it's a give and take system, really, and it's supposed to be. You know, keep talking about the badness they're doing, man. I really haven't seen anything on the news about what kids are doing that's good. You know, if kids see other kids doing good, it might help. But all they're really pumped with is all the badness that kids is doing, yeah? So what? Or kids are going to be growing up thinking that's the norm, this is what kids do, this is what we're supposed to be doing, yeah? Really? Show them something else, you know what I mean? Show them something else. You know? I mean, alright, and the crime is bad. But sometimes it's not as bad as they portray it to be, or what they'll do is they'll wait how many months and pile up a whole load of incidents to push it on the screen one time and show you. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you'll see about 5 stabbings and stuff. People, and they're not being particular with this. People are thinking, well, 5 stabbings just for 5 seconds ago. No. Some of these 5 stabbings have happened over the course of, like, say, a year, maybe even how many months. Yeah, but when they pump it to you all in the same way, and they wait for the stories to build up and then just shove them at you, come on, man. The media can do a better job, put it that way. Yeah? You know what I mean? I think there's supposed to be some responsibility when it comes to broadcasting certain issues. Yeah? Start using your noggin, mate. You know what I mean? How can you think you're improving the situation interviewing, all you're doing is showing how bad the situation is. You know, show people some light at the end of the tunnel, show them that there's something else to be able to do in it. So, I mean, I think that's the media's responsibility. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when the media stop doing what they're supposed to be doing and start doing what they think brings the ratings in. News is supposed to be about news. It's not supposed to be about how many people are watching your channel. If the news was valid, people would be watching your channel, wouldn't they? You know, this gang culture, so-called gang culture, I'd say, well, it starts off with kids going to school. They go to school, they form their little clique. Yeah, a group of friends that they all get along with. Then you're always going to have another group of friends that you don't get along with. Yeah? Now in the playground, there's a group of kids over there and there's a group of kids over here. These two groups don't necessarily fight all the time, but they don't really get on. As you get older, certain things get in the way. Girls, money, but you still have them same friends. Now, if these other people that you didn't used to get on with are growing along the same level as you, then you will get into the same kind of things. As you get into the same kind of things, guess what? Those dudes is taking bread out of your mouth. Yeah? This is what's called the gang thing. It's where we from this gang. Half of these kids just think they're family. Yeah? They turn around and say, yes, cuzzy. You know what I mean? Yes, bro. Them and his family, they're close, they grew together. Yeah? If you turn around and saw a group of anything, you could call it a gang. Do you know what I mean? You see a group of guys in the pub, group of old men in the pub sitting around the table, are they a gang? They're friends. They gather together on a regular basis. But would you say they're a gang? You know what I mean? You see policemen jump out of a van. Yeah, you see 8 policemen jump out of a van. What's that? A gang of police? Must be, yeah. No? It's got to be a gang of police. Because they're in a group and they know each other. They get together on a regular basis. You know? But most importantly, I think these kids, I think they join these groups mostly because of fear. End of the day, if there's a whole load of groups out there, you best to have one. Do you know what I mean? Imagine a child growing up in this day and age, yeah, with no friends. That's kind of impossible these days. You understand me? You get a group, you get a kid with no friends and stuff. Those people are normally on the news for being suicidal, or they're withdrawn. They call them withdrawn. Yeah. You get a kid that's popular and likes to hang out with his friends and stuff. Guess what? He's a gang member. Don't get me wrong. There is certain gang activity going down. Do you know what I mean? And I do believe that most of these kids, the ones who aren't forced into the gangs, you understand me, by older men them, yeah, so that they can run up and down for them and do what they need to do for them. Yeah, the ones who want to get into the gangs, yeah, well, at the end of the day, it's about a sense of belonging they're looking for. It's a family unit they're looking for. Sometimes there's something missing at home. Do you know what I mean? That's why they join up with other people who feel the same way they do, you know? Once you get a group of people who all feel the same, mate, cool, yeah, it's a bit dangerous, mate. That's why it's always best to make sure your children them get into groups that's benefiting them or doing something for them, you know? Otherwise it's a slippery slope.
Well, you know what? Back in the day when I was a youth, you had all kind of clubs, gingerbread club, after school clubs. You had, you know what I mean? It was a lot of things that kids could do. Youth clubs, you know what I mean? Youth centres, you name it. It was all over the place. All of a sudden, it's like they're getting scarce. Yeah, it's like if they're not getting scarce, there's next to none there. You know, like what is there for them to do, really? You know, they go to school, some of them get kicked out. You see when they get kicked out? That's when they go to them centre places. Them centre places is a haven, yeah, for recruitment for gangs. Do you understand me? Where else are you going to find kids who feel like that society's let them down and they've got nothing left? Those places, do you know? So if we used to hang around outside children's homes and stuff to find the vulnerable kids to sell their drugs and them things there, yeah? Young girls was getting put into prostitution from children's homes. Now these children's homes are supposed to be protecting these kids. End of the day, yeah, you're putting them all in one place, yeah, where people can just turn around, pinpoint and say, right, there's the vulnerable ones. easy pickings, you know what I mean? Let's go and choose some more gang members. Let's go and choose a girl who feels she's got nothing and I'll be her damn daddy. You understand what I'm saying to you, yeah? People got to realise there's ways to prevent these things, yeah? Give the kids them something to do, give them something to aspire to, you know? Give them a way out of the choice that's been put before them, yeah? Right about now, these kids think they've only got about 2 choices, you understand me? Yeah? And judging by the music videos and the rest of it, that choice there looks kind of nice, you know? Yeah, big chain, all them things there, them kids are thinking that's looking real nice right now, you know? If they saw more kids doing more positive things, I think that might actually help, yeah? Or at least shame some of the bad ones into like holding it down a little bit, man, because there's nothing to be proud about doing the bad things. Do you know what I mean? You start seeing some kids them doing well, certain kids will think to themselves, well, I could do that. Do you know what I mean? But you have to inspire them, man. You gotta give them hope, you know? Give them a reason to do something other than what everyone keeps cursing them about doing. You understand me? Give them a choice, yeah? They might make the right one, who knows? I think when it comes to opportunities, I mean, me being the way I am, end of the day, I never see. Yeah, I'm always a glass half full kind of guy. You understand me? Some people look at life and say, "Oh, my glass is half empty." Yeah, so they're always eager to get more, to fill up the gap and fill the space. But I'm always a half full kind of guy. My glass is half full. You understand me? I'm almost there every time I look at my glass. If it's only halfway full, then I'm halfway there. You understand me? I'm not halfway to nothing. I'm halfway there. Yeah, the way I see things. Yeah. There's opportunities, but you have to find them. Don't get me wrong, they're not given a lot of opportunities. Because like I said about the youth settings and all them things there, people use just to learn stuff. But opportunities and that, I mean, think about it. The kids don't go to school. All through school they're told you have to go to school. Right about now, school isn't something that they're enjoying. School's something that's been pushed upon them and told that they have to, otherwise your parents are going to jail. Yeah? How about you make school fun again? You know what I mean? Yeah? Make children want to learn. You know what I mean? End of the day, they're at school, they're going to school, then all of a sudden, from school, it's college. From college, what? Somebody might want to go to uni, somebody might want to go straight into a job. Then that's the other problem. Where are the jobs? So when these kids are going to school and they're being told what to do 24/7 and they're doing this and that, by the time they've finished all of that, there are no jobs. Now when they see their older brothers and sisters going through the same thing older than them, yeah? So what's the point of me doing this if when I get to the end, there'll be nothing for me? So they start thinking for themselves. And saying, right, I better get ahead of this. Yeah? Once they start figure this, that they need to get ahead of this, what do you think they're doing? They're not thinking about school. They're thinking about education. They're thinking about get that money now. You can turn around and say to a kid these days, like, look, what do you want to do? Do you want to go to college? What? They'll turn around and say, is college going to pay me some money right now? They'll tell you they need money now. They haven't got time to wait for graduation and all the rest of it. They need money now. And like I said to you about youth and gusto, when it comes to youth and gusto, trust what I'm telling you. If they need something, there's nothing really in their mind telling them they can't get it. Yeah, but right by now they're doing it in the wrong ways. Understand me? Man, them will form a crew, go get theirs. Man, will do some crime, go get theirs. Man, somebody stop them from getting some money, go stab that. I think the police help or hinder. This is the end of the day, the police are there to do their job. If they do their job well, then all's well that ends well. Then you've got some police, yeah, who enjoy their job. And if they do their job, all's well that ends well. Then you've got some police who enjoy doing their job for different reasons other than upholding the law. Yeah? I mean, you get some police officers who used to go to school, get bullied at school and stuff, and really and truly they join the police force so they can get back at them bullies that they used to have at school. Over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah? You've got some police officers, something might have happened to them, they've had a bad experience with a certain group. They're targeting that group. As far as they're concerned, every time they come across that group, it's the same group they had a bad experience with. Yeah? Some police are just out there, yeah, purposely to make things worse. End of the day, if there was no crime, there'd be no job for the police. I mean, you think about it like that, yeah, and I know it sounds crazy, but if you think about it, yeah, sometimes a problem is caused so that the solution can be given. Because the person giving you the solution to the problem is going to be looked at as a saviour. Okay? So, what easier way to always be in power than to always be the person needed to be in power? Yeah? Same with Bush, George Bush. Yeah, he was coming out of presidency. What? All of a sudden, Iraq war and all the rest of it, mate. Kept him in power for how long, didn't it? You understand me? It's called cause a problem and then create a solution. Create a problem, provide a solution. Do you understand me? It's the oldest trick in the book. That's how people keep power. So yeah, when it comes to the police, they help and hinder. Do you know what I mean? Some of the police's attitude when they're talking to the children and that, come on now. You know for a fact, if you know for a fact that kids are riled up these days and they don't like taking any talk from anyone, why would you approach them in an aggressive manner? Why would you approach them in a way where you know for a fact, yeah, that their personality will not allow them to be spoken to a certain way without saying something back? And as soon as they say something back, they're in the wrong because they're answering back and they're being rude to the police officers. I've seen police officers approach children, yeah, and literally I've stood there and watched them try to wind these kids up. Do you know what I mean? I mean, literally wind them up. Yeah? Alright. When you stop a kid and tell him to shut his mouth, what's the natural reaction to that? Right. Then when he doesn't shut his mouth, all of a sudden he's not complying. Right. We know children like to talk with their hands. But hold on a minute. A kid like this one is explaining something. That's assault. You know why? Because the police officer actually, yeah, he apprehended illegal force being used against him. Yeah, he actually thought you were going to hurt him. That's called assault. Most people get this mixed up, thinking battery and assault is the same thing. Battery is when you touch somebody physically. Yeah, assault is somebody actually seeing something that made them think you could have or would have hurt them. When you're waving your hands talking to the feds, yeah, it's easy for them to just, okay, assaulting a police officer because I saw him raise his hands and I thought he was going to hit me. Understand this? Yeah? So yeah, police do help. Some of them, they really go out of their way to try and hinder. I think it's more about social skills. Yeah, if they had a little bit more training on how certain people, so yeah, certain ethnic groups are different. Do you understand? We've got to understand this, yeah? The world, not everybody's the same in the world. Alright, there's different traits. Yeah, when it comes to different races, different people, there's different traits, yeah, there's different traditions, do you know what I mean? Yeah, if you do a bit more studying on somebody's background, yeah, you'll see that maybe they're not being aggressive, maybe that's just in their nature. Do you understand me? And if you approach them a certain way, it will come off a lot better. Yeah, people need to think about these things. Yeah? And I'll give you an example. West Indian people like to talk with their hands, they like to be loud. Doesn't mean they're aggressive, doesn't mean they're vexed. Doesn't mean they're upset about anything. It's just in their nature. Yeah? Right. Certain races are just calm. Yeah? It takes a lot to get them riled up. That could be viewed as being arrogant, smarmy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all about the understanding of human nature in certain people. Yeah, I've had bad experiences with the police. But the thing is, any bad experience I've had with the police, I can truly say, probably something that I've done to make them, to draw attention to myself. Do you know what I mean? To make them come to me for something, for some reason. But generally, when I speak to the police, mate, I'm not stupid. Okay? I know shouting off my mouth is going to get me in the cells. I know waving my hands around too much will get the cuff slapped on me. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So 9 times out of 10, whenever I deal with the police, it's an amicable thing. Yeah? I don't give them any excuses. Yeah? To think I'm a hoodlum and therefore treat me as one. I'll show them I have an intellectual mind. Yeah? So if they try to talk to me and talk faff to me, I will soon put them in their place. I will turn around and explain to them that what they've done is wrong, and I'll quote article this, article that, I'll fling it on them, trust me. Yeah? But I've seen other people having bad experiences. Imagine, a friend of mine was on a bus once. A group of boys got on the bus. He said hello to them. They were in the south at the back. Apparently they had grievance with somebody else who was sitting at the back. They've got off the bus. Happened to be my friend's stop. He's got off the bus. But these boys, without my friend knowing, these boys have robbed this boy at the back of the bus before they got off. Now all everyone's seen is my friend leaving the bus with these guys, my friend saying hello to these guys when they got on the bus. He ended up doing 3 years for that. 3 years for just being there. 3 years for people just assuming he was with or knew or was associated with the boys who actually committed the crime. Now when a guy goes to jail for something like that, you have to understand, this dude's not going to be the same when he comes home. Oh yeah, society let him down. Oh yeah, the government and the judicial system, everything's let him down. So what, do you really think he's going to be smiling with anyone when he comes home? What, you think he's going to be upholding the law that threw him to the sidelines when he needed it? People have to realise, man, it's called cause and effect. Yeah? You cause some crap, yeah? Don't get surprised when there's an effect. Yeah? A reaction has a reaction. Do I think harsher sentences will help? Boy, you know what? I know some hardened dudes, man, who serve some serious sentences. I also know some dudes who serve some serious sentences and they've come home and guess what? They're back in again. Yeah. I think that's mostly due to when they go in, they've got problems, and when they go in, those problems aren't being addressed. So what you're doing is you're taking someone with problems, you're locking them away and letting the problems fester. When the problems fester, given that you've taken away their freedom, yeah, that would drive anybody a little bit loopy in the first place. But imagine somebody's already got issues, you're locking them away, you're putting them in a place where there's other people with issues. Do we really expect these issues to get better? Or do we expect these people to be released into society, yeah, with hatred, anger, aggression, yeah, the feeling of abandonment? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So harsher sentences, I'm not too sure. I think it's more a case of re-education, yeah, or like I said before, opportunities, yeah. Let them believe that there's something to come out to, yeah, and maybe they won't fall back into the same old mix-up that they was in when they went in. You know, I mean, come on now, think about it. You've got guys coming out of prison. They're not allowed to associate with other criminals. Yeah, some of the probation and stuff shows them they can't associate with other known criminals. Now you put them in a halfway house. Oh, guess what? Full of criminals. Everyone who's just come out of jails in them places. So you tell me something. How the hell can you make one of your rules and regulations that you cannot mix with other criminals? Yeah, and then as soon as they come home, that's exactly where you throw them. I'd like to know if you are they trying to make these guys violate their probation? I don't know. What is it? What, keep a free workforce in jail? I'm not too sure. But I really don't believe harsher sentences is the key. For some people, yeah, they deserve it. End of the day, paedophiles are getting less time than somebody who holds up a convenience store. Think about it. Yeah, how can somebody who commits such heinous acts, yeah, do less time than someone who's trying to feed their family? See, one's a crime against humanity, one's just a crime. Now, I'd like to know why the crimes against humanity aren't punished as much as the ordinary crimes. By ordinary crimes, I'm talking about theft, robbery, burglary, these kind of things. Yeah? A kiddie fiddler will get less time than somebody who's doing those crimes. And I would love to know why. I want to know why people aren't answering this question. They should be asking this question more often. What is it about the judicial system that allows people who commit such crimes to get away with certain things? Man, I'll get a couple of months, yeah, about a year. Don't understand that. So when you're talking about harsher sentences, yeah, for certain crimes there really should be. Yeah, and for certain crimes you need to look deeper into what's going on and what's causing this person to do such crimes. Man, there's youths in gangs and they want to change. They can change. Yeah, but they're gonna need to want to change. And I mean that want to change has to outweigh the fear of being alone. Yeah? Remember, for some of these people, they join the gangs them so that they can have family and have people around them. when it starts going with, yeah, downhill, and they start reconsidering some of the choices they've made, they need to be able to say to themselves, right, I can't stand alone. That's the first step. Know you can stand alone. You understand me? Yeah? Because when you're going in jail, is you go in jail. Do you understand me? You see when I say in the Bible it says, 7 brothers, 7 different minds. Yeah, you can have 7 brothers. Not all of them brothers are going to be thinking the same because everyone's got their own individual brain. So you see when you get locked up in jail, you're there by yourself. I don't care if a guy goes to jail with you and you got a cellmate. When you're in that cell and you believe you're in there with somebody else, you're still there by yourself. So think about that. Yeah? You don't want to get out, yeah, people want to get out, they can get out, move to another city, you stay away from old friends, do you know what I mean? Yeah, change your lifestyle, change your whole setting, change your circles, everything. Do you know what I mean? You want to leave something behind, of course you can leave something behind. You might get reprisals and stuff there, but that's called the road to perdition, bro. You're going to have hardship, innit? Yeah? Some people might not want you to get out of the thing, some people might think you're a good earner and don't want you to leave in that, but you have to be strong enough to say to yourself, boy, what kind of life do you want? Do you want a life? What kind of life do you want? You have to think about if you've got family. Them family are going to miss you when you gone. Do you understand me? Yeah? Therefore ask yourself, if them man them around you are going to be coming to see you in the cell when you get how many years? Do you understand me? Or they're just going to be out there still doing their thing, making their doing things there, and sending you to little Instagram, Snapchat fucking picture talking about how good we living. You know what I mean? You got to start thinking about it, really. Yeah? Kids want to get out of the thing, they can get out of the thing, but you just got to have the willpower. Yeah? And the gusto. See, the gang thing, yeah. It's the gang thing. But bravery comes from within. You can't find that in a crew. You can't find that in a clique. Do you understand me? At the end of the day, certain, trust me, you can't, you have to think for yourself. Be an individual, you understand me? Yeah? Be a leader. I'm not talking about a leader of a gang, I'm talking about a leader of people. Do you understand me? As a person. Do I think certain type of music influences street crime and youth crime violence? Oh, I don't know, man. See me, I love a piece of drill music. Yeah? I love a piece of hip hop. Those music, them music, they class as violent, disruptive music. At the end of the day, it's the patterns. Yeah? It's the patterns. I see the skill, yeah, in some of these lyricists. Do you understand me? They're very articulate. This is what people aren't looking at. They're very articulate. They can explain themselves. Yeah? So, it's a thing where, because they speak clearly and can explain the hardships they go through, it sounds like people want to shut them down because of this. You know? Some of these music these kids are making can take them out of the little ghettos that they're in. You understand me?